to address disadvantaging Fawkner.
Okay. I'll make you an offer right now. We'll connect you up with the Global Learning Village.
No,
There's
I'm
more than...
talking about informal. We
Yeah,
don't have the capacity to go to Broadmeadows.
No. There's an infrastructure model, and then there's a virtual reality. There's more than 800 organisations within the community who are connected up. There are neighbourhood houses right through all the way from Broadmeadows, right through the electorate. What I'm saying is there are ways where, first of all, straight up, we'll get you connected in, right? So you're in, you're part of it, and then you get a shared proposition of what are the resources. You're feeling isolated and marginalised on your own, and that I can understand that. You're saying you're not getting the resources you need. But rather than doing this is a model that can connect you up.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I think I'm talking at daughter level. We do a lot of family support, we do a lot of parenting support. We're also doing certain homework support. And I'm talking about it in terms of a social development model. So it's not about e-learning connecting up to the Global Learning Village. And, the Global Learning Village is wonderful. And we are in fact connected up to a lot of those things. But what I'm talking about is on the ground in Fawkner. And so what I'm really talking about is what are your intentions in terms of resourcing initiatives within Fawkner that are on the ground, that are connecting up to education initiatives that are online. A big part of our community that we work with don't have those skills. Part of what we do is train people, but a lot of the work that we do has to be face-to-face. And in terms of building community, it needs to be about building community on the ground, not about building community.
Okay, let me separate that, okay? Simple proposition is this. Only Labor delivers to this community. And I'll just explain it. And you can look at go around and look at the plaques. All right? There's not one plaque with a Liberal Prime Minister's name on it or a Liberal Premier's name on it for a Liberal funded project. I've got it in the Herald Sun. It's yesterday's paper. I'll pass it around later on. That's the reality of what happens. So what has happened under, there's not one with the Greens, not one with, you're in the north. It's the north, this is the north. Come on, fellas, what are you doing here? You're going to the wrong jurisdiction.
We are for everybody.
No, for
we
everybody.
are in the east as well.
So this is the reality, okay? I mean, let's just be practical. We want to get a better opportunity for our children and our community, right? That's what I'm hearing from you. That's what you clearly want to do. So what I'm saying is that I'll come and talk to you. You tell me what it looks like from all the different component parts and how do we actually... What I'm saying is there is a model. There's a template that you can take and adjust or amend, and there's also what are your fresh ideas that you want to bring to it. That's what I'm saying, is that I will try and help you get for this community and the other groups here, because other people have slightly different variations on what they want and all the rest of it. And that's what I think we should work out. What's an agenda, what's the hierarchy of priorities, and how do we actually, get a collaborative and cooperative model to get that? Because it's the only way we've been able to do it. You understand what I was saying earlier on? The biggest failure was the lack of coordination at one tier of government. I've actually delivered 3 tiers of government, business and civil society. Okay, that's why it got nominated for a Metropolis Award. It's not, I didn't put it in, they nominated it. So I don't think it's actually more than common sense in a lot of things about this. But to get people, I get invited internationally to say, how did you do it? I say, it's as simple as this. All you have to defeat is the silo mentality, turf wars, institutional ego, bureaucratic inertia, and the political cycle. And they all laugh.
So can I
just... So what I'm saying is I'll help you work through that minefield.
Just basically, I think Frank's going to help us get what better is.
Well, as best I can.
Could I address that question, please? So, Meredith, the issue that you're talking about is very close to my heart, and I can declare my conflict of interest because I work for a neighborhood house as well. And I think one of the things that Meredith is talking about, there's this, in Victoria, we have 380 neighborhood houses. Many of them are the heart of their community. And, I think the best example that I can think of to describe that is when we had the Black Saturday fires. A lot of the places where people went for recovery, to get together, to organize coordination of how the recovery efforts were going to be organized, they were neighborhood houses. And the state government was the first one to acknowledge this. Neighborhood houses are incredible community hubs and activators and connectors. So people come in and they get referred to all sorts of services. Now, these places run literally on the smell of an early right. And the Neighborhood House Coordination Program, which is what funds this program, has a pretty amazing formula. You get funded for how many hours do you get funded? 35. So that means that you have to keep the development of your organization for 70 hours a week. And that money, there's not very much indexation at all. Now, there's one thing about...
It's also unclassified, so the actual funding...
So, all I want to say is, there's one good thing about this Labour House Coordination Program, which is it is ongoing. And that is what gives organizations like that, which are small, the certainty that they're going to continue operating and a platform to generate further funding. But these programs, if we're valuing these neighborhood houses and we ask them to do things when the fires come in, we need to fund them properly. And they are not funded properly. And they haven't been funded properly under the Liberals, and they were not funded properly under Labour. And we need to improve them.
They were only funded under Labour. That's the point.
Okay.